What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 72 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is Blaze, and we have some information for you today. Some new stuff just dropped out from Pokemon, the Pokemon Company, yesterday, October 4th, and it showed off the second form of the three new starters. Kind of the first thing that it showed off was the second form of the three new starters, and then it showed off some other stuff, other game mechanics, other things you'll be able to do in the game. But I think that the primary concern was, what are the new starters going to look like when they evolve? So I'm going to cover the rest of those things later on in the week. I'm not going to cover them all right now. But I do want to cover the three Pokemon that are on your screen. As you can see, Rowlet's evolution, right in the middle there, is called Dartrix. I think he looks super cool, and he actually is looks like he's building towards that leaked Pokemon that we saw online a few months ago. But I think that leaked Pokemon was kind of like a Forest Archer type Pokemon, and it looks like his next form might be very similar to that, if not exactly like that. But I think he's awesome looking. He's got the little bow tie. He's pretty much solidified the fact that I'm going to pick Rowlet. I don't usually pick grass, but I think I'm going to do it this time. I think I'm going to bite the bullet. On your right is Litten's evolution, Torracat. Torracat is the name of that one, and that one is a fire type. I believe it's just fire. I don't think it's fire dark or anything like that. Yeah, fire type. So it doesn't get any extra types just yet. Maybe the third form will get an extra type. As far as this one goes, this is the only one that kind of contradicts that leaked information that we saw. It seems like the leaked Pokemon that was shown off, standing on two legs, looking like a wrestler, being a fire dark type Pokemon, it seems like that between that Pokemon and this Pokemon there'd be another form. So maybe that's the Mega Evolution that we saw that was leaked, and maybe all of them are Mega Evolutions. But as far as I can tell right here, right now, it doesn't look like the next form is going to stand on its hind legs and get real buff. So we'll see how that goes. On your left is a Pokemon called Brionne. Brionne is the evolved form of Poplio, and it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? I would say feminine. I wouldn't say that it's a bad thing necessarily, but it definitely looks a lot more on the effeminate side. I would imagine there would be male versions of this as well, and they would probably look the same. They probably wouldn't have a whole lot of difference, as female Mr. Mimes look very much like Mr. Mime. So I wouldn't say that that's going to be a major difference if they do have male versions. They most likely do. But the second form I'm not too thrilled with. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely something that's a little different than what we're used to seeing. So I do, however, love Rowlet's evolution. Again, can't stress that enough. I'm probably going to go into a little bit more detail every day on my videos just to kind of get some more information. And as time goes on, there'll be more announcements and things like that. But I just wanted to show off the initial impressions of the three starter Pokemon evolutions in their second form. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm sure there's a lot of information that you've come across or that you've seen. Which one's your favorite? I think you already know what my favorite is. But anyway, so I made a couple promises yesterday. I want to go ahead and keep up on those promises. So I have 4 packs of generation cards I'm going to open up. Not right now. These are the cards we're going to open up. I'm not going to open them just yet. I'm going to open them in between matches here. But first, I want to go ahead and go into a tournament with the expanded set. And I want to go ahead and get... yes, I did it. I was hoping I'd get into an immediate tournament. That was pretty cool. So I want to go into a tournament here. If I lose the game, if I win the game, I'll open up the packs after this match. 2 packs now, 2 packs on the second match. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming up very shortly. But this is my Fighting Fit deck. If you're new to my channel or haven't seen my videos, I use this deck quite a bit. It's actually really fun to play. It's pretty good at destroying EX Pokemon. It's not 100% effective. There's a very serious hard counter you can do to this deck that would totally knock me on my butt. But anyway, so it is actually a pretty cool deck, and it's fun to play, especially when your opponent does this, and you're like, oh, you think you got me, huh? Go ahead and use your dive ball to get a little EX Pokemon on your bench. Go ahead. You just go right ahead and do that. Go ahead and put 3 EX Pokemon on your bench. You just go ahead and do that. I don't even mind. I'm not even scared. But again, there is a hard counter that a lot of people have been using. Probably more recently. I think this is coming up a lot more often. And rightfully so, because if you do have an EX deck, there's one card that you have to have. And if we see it, I'll tell you what that card is. I don't think we're going to see it, though. I don't think this person actually is... I don't think he's prepared for it. If I had to guess, I don't think he's prepared for it. So, let's go ahead and grab a Muscle Band and a Strong Energy. You can kind of see what cards are in my deck, just as a preliminary scroll through there on the deck that I've built. This deck actually came around from the Zygarde deck, which has Machamp in it. Machamp actually, when you have his ability out, he increases all of your fighting type Pokemon's attacks by 20, which is a great ability all around. And when you couple that with Muscle Bands and Strong Energy and a few other things, you actually get a very interesting combination. It's not always effective, but sometimes it is, and the times when it is effective is actually it's pretty effective when it is effective. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Machop, try to get him out on my bench, and then maybe go for I'll go for a Muscle Band. Put it on my Carbink. Next turn, when I use Aero Blitz, I'm going to go ahead and go for Machamp and another Strong Energy. That way I can get Machamp out as quickly as possible and hope for the best there. I only have one Machamp in this deck. Sometimes it ends up in the prize cards, which is not good, but most times it ends up in my hand. I'm actually more upset that Talonflame doesn't end up in my hand at the start of the game as often as I think it should. This deck, I wouldn't say it relies heavily on Talonflame because it has cards like Corinna, which allow you to go ahead and find any fighting type Pokemon, and also any item card as well. So, there are options there as far as how I can get the cards I need into my hand. So it's not too much of a stretch, but so far this person has not attacked me at all, and I'm kind of wondering why. So what I'm going to do, this Druddigon can be a problem. At this time, Carbink Break is strong enough to go ahead and kill him, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I need to get a Lysandra, and I need to get this. Okay. So as it stands right now, I'm pretty much set up. I have every card that I need to go ahead and start wiping out his team to get the maximum amount of extra damage on this 40 attack. So 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 100 extra damage. So he's going to do 140 damage. I wonder if this is supposed to be a Deluge deck, because it's not. I don't know. I'm not really sure what his plan is here. He seems to be trying to get certain cards out, which is fine. Another great thing about Carbink Break is that its retreat cost is only 1. So if I need to retreat him, I don't have to wait for a switch. I can just go ahead and get everything I need all at once. So in this deck, non-EX Pokemon have a chance to knock me down pretty heavily. I don't like that. So, booyah! It's okay. I'll take that 20 damage. It's the most damage you do to Carbink all game. Unless you have that card. If you have the card I'm thinking of, you might be able to do more damage to me. But it's all good. It's all good. Keldeo is in. You can't really do anything to me. I don't think he knows that. So this happens to me a lot where I'm fighting someone and they don't seem to understand that my Carbink has an ability and they try to attack me. Now I know that I do that a lot too, where I know that there's an ability on the other Pokemon and I still select an attack and just to get it out of the way. Just in case maybe there's something going on that my attack still gets through. But as far as right now, I don't think this person has what it takes to take out my Carbink. If I get a Versus Seeker or another Lysandra, I'll be able to go ahead and knock out his Snorlax, which would be huge for me. And of course this Lapras might be a problem, but I'm not too worried about that. What happened? So I could just go ahead and switch back out to Talonflame and get whatever cards I want, but I'm going to go ahead and just start attaching energy to Machamp. That's a knockout, isn't it? Is that a knockout? No, it's not a knockout. Okay, 170 on Keldeo. So the Versus Ladder right now actually allows you to get a couple of Keldeo cards. If you happen to be watching this in October, in the beginning of October 2016, you might be able to get this card, or two of these cards if you win enough matches. This card's a great card. Rush In allows you to rush in. Duh. But it allows you to, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. And Secret Sword could actually do a lot of damage if you attach a lot of water energy. So he's got some normal Pokemon out there. I don't think he has the energy that he needs in order to do any attacks. And he's attaching them to cards that won't hurt me. So what he's done is he's attached energy to Keldeo, and Keldeo can't attack me. It would have been better spent on Snorlax. I can survive a hit from Snorlax, so that's fine. But he can't survive a hit from me, so that's all good. Snorlax would die. Snorlax is weak to fighting type Pokemon, so I'm in good shape there. I knew he was going to do that. He needs another double colorless energy, though. And I don't think he's got it. He already has 2 in his discard pile, right? Just 1. That's okay. He might have it now, though. There it is. Yep. So it's 3 total. I've seen 3 of his double colorless energy. And that could be a problem. But I don't think it will be. Either way, he only has 100 HP. That was kind of a waste. 120 HP. He might do 90 damage to me. But then I knock him out. So, okay. No, there's 60. Machamp's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to Carbink. Bring out Machamp. Just because I want to play it safe. So this card is... I only have 1 Carbink break in this deck. I want to get more of them. So I do intend on, purchasing more packs of cards in the trading card game online, because I want another Carbink break. It's Diamond Gift. Diamond Gift allows you to attach 2 energy cards from your discard pile to one of your fighting type Pokemon. That's not 2 basic energy cards, that's 2 energy cards. So that's awesome. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So Machamp's ability is actually kind of interesting in that if I attack him, it's going to do about 80 damage, but it's going to reduce his... It's going to reduce this Articuno's damage by 40 damage. So yeah, he might heal, that's fine. But even then, I should still be able to knock him out, right? 50 plus 80? Yeah, it should be good. So I'm really glad they changed the chat in this game. It used to be a lot worse. Oh, that'd be good. Because I would come up against people that actually would just totally troll me and cuss and yell and be just completely ridiculous. I don't come across that anymore. I guess there's still kind of ways to do that, but it's not as annoying. So I guess I'll just go ahead and put this down. That's fine. Um, 60 plus 80 is what? Yeah, it's good. I can't retreat either. Dang it. Oh well. He's asleep. Can't do nothing when you asleep though. I'm okay with him knocking out Machamp. It's not that big of a deal. What I'd rather do is get a Lysandra and a Switch. In a perfect world, I would have Lysandra and Switch. I would just make something happen. Bring this out. Bring this out. Duns. Game. He's getting real lucky right now. He's getting real lucky with those coin flips. Putting me to sleep like a champ. He's down to 16 cards in his hand. I don't know if he won't deck out, but he'll probably get dangerously close if this keeps up. All right, you gonna retreat? What are you doing? That's not gonna work forever. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Like, it can't work forever, right? It can't. So, tails, okay. I thought that was going to happen. The next one's going to be heads. I want you to know that. Like, I know that coin flips are 50-50. Random chance. I have a pretty good success rate with predicting the coin flip when it comes to, but only if there have been previous coin flips. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, never mind. As of right now, success rate is 0%, so I can't really brag about that too much anymore. It's all good though. So we'll grab this Zygarde. I'm gonna grab this Switch. I'm done with this. I'm over it. Over it. He knows what's coming. I get to grab 2 cards too. So really? What do I even want at this point? That'd be good. Real good. That's fine. Okay. So I'm in really good shape right now. There's really nothing that he's going to be able to do to me right now. In fact, I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. I can... There's 3 different ways I can knock him out. 120 damage from a champ. That wins. 140 from Carbink wins. I'm still going to heal Carbink. Oh, okay. Good for you. You got one. I'm just going to end this. And I'm going to get an extra prize card, because why not? Why not? Is that it? Yeah. Good game, bro. Well played. So I like this wheel. I don't get to see this wheel very often. I don't do a lot of tournaments. I try to, but I don't do a whole lot. So 60 seconds until the next match. I can't open a pack of cards in 60 seconds. I'm sorry. I'll get to those after this next match. The first one, for some reason, that first match is sometimes the longest. And I think it's because people are more committed to winning that first match. Because if you win the first match, you get items. Like you get, if you're in 3rd or 4th place, you get a Steam Siege and a random booster. But if you're in 5th to 8th, you don't get anything. So, I mean, you get this uncommon chest, which honestly, I've gotten a choke out of this thing. So, whatever. If you get 2nd place, you're at 2 Steam Siege and 2 randoms. And if you're at 1st, you get 3 and 3. So I think people are a lot more committed to trying. But I also think the strategy in the first round is oftentimes not as heavy. It's not as intense. You might come up against a Night March in the first round, but that person's probably going to get to the finals or at least very far. So let's see what happens. So we got calling the coin flip. I lost. I want him to go first. In this deck, I don't want to go first. It looks like he's making me go first, but that's fine. I'd rather not, though. I need to get that Talonflame out. If I don't have Talonflame, my whole strategy might fall apart. Looks like I nailed it. I can only use one, though. That kind of sucks. But it's fine. I can get everything else just from that one card. Oh, I can't even do it right now. That sucks. Oh, I'm so mad. Good news is he can't evolve on his first turn. So depending on what he has, I might still be able to pull off a victory rather quickly. I don't even care. That's totally fine. You don't even know what I'm going to be able to do to you. Never mind. It doesn't matter anymore. So, what does he have? 80? 70. Dang it, that sucks. Just out of range. Water duplicates. He's going to get his Greninja out as quickly as possible. I think that's kind of a... Wow. He about to have 3 Greninjas. So whatever I get from this could be good. I'm a little bit down in the dumps right now. I'm okay with taking my 60 HP hit. He can't really attack me right now. I mean, he might be able to next, but I don't have much to worry about there. Oh, you know what? I don't want this. I don't want Carbink. You know why? I'll tell you why. If I get Carbink right now, I might come into a situation where he never uses EX Pokemon. If he never uses EX Pokemon, Carbink is useless. But luckily I have Zygarde, I have Talonflame. I've got some options here to make that go a little smoother for me. Of course, there's Greninja. That might be the end of the game. Yep. Wow. Well, I kind of shot myself in the foot on that one. I should not have attacked. It's okay, though. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. I kind of thought he was going to get that. He was going to have what it takes to get Greninja out. So I kind of figured that would be the case, but I didn't think it all the way through, and I got a little hasty. So, anyway, Generations. Let's open up these 4 packs. I'll go ahead and open them up all right now, and that'll be the end of the video. Thank you for tuning in today. But before I sign off, I wanna see what I get. All new, because I don't have any of these cards. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, Mega Charizard EX. I've never had that card, I've never seen that card. And it would evolve from this card that I got yesterday in the pack that I opened on camera. So that's cool. I can work with that. So Heat Typhlosion is 100 plus damage. Flip a coin for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon and do 50 more damage per heads. Not bad. Not really a hefty retreat cost, but a high retreat cost. High HP is always nice. And that's really about it. It's weak to water. I mean, there's really not much else to be said about this card. The damage output is good, and this is one of the only fire type Pokemon that doesn't discard energy card when you attack. So not bad. You could be doing, 200, 300 damage on every turn if you play your cards right. Magmar, Ember's 30 damage. Discard an energy card attached to this Pokemon. Dedenne, Rest heals 30 damage from this Pokemon, but it puts it to sleep. And Patchy, 10 damage, plus 20 more damage if you flip heads. Pokeball, flip a coin and find a basic Pokemon in your deck. Person's Fake Out does 30 damage and paralyzes on a heads flip. And then Ambush is 40, does 30 more on a heads flip. Snow Runt, 10 damage with Icy Snow. Ponyta's Agility is 10 damage, and you prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Clefairy's Moonlight heals 30 damage. Fairy Energy. I love this artwork for that energy. It's really cool. And Magikarp's Epic Splash does 30 damage, but if you flip a heads, or if you flip a tails, it does nothing, and you have to flip twice. So it could be bad. Let's open another pack. Another pack. What's it going to be? Okay. Totally putting that fighting energy in my deck. So I think Generations actually, you could get another Machamp out of this. I'm trying to get another Machamp, so I'm really hoping in the next 2 packs I get one. Hitmonlee's Stretch Kick does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Pretty good card. Golem Stone Edge does 60 damage, plus 30 more damage if you flip heads. Of course, Explosion does 150, but you also do 100 damage to yourself. Meowstic's Ear Influence. Move as many damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon as you like to any of your opponent's other Pokemon in any way that you want. And Psychic does 60 damage, plus 10 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That could be pretty devastating. The 10 more damage isn't really a whole lot devastating, but it could be, depending on the situation. 60 could do probably, I don't know, could do 80 or 90, maybe 100. This card may not see a lot of play, though. So, Metapod can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play Metapod. And Harden, during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon would be damaged by an attack, prevent that attack's damage done to this Pokemon if that damage is 60 or less. Cloyster, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and discard an energy attached to that Pokemon. That's with Clamp Crush for 30 damage. Spike Cannon does 30 damage times the number of heads you flip on 5 coin flips. That's actually not bad. There are attacks that make you flip until you get tails. This is not one of those attacks. This is a little bit different. So I think that's pretty good. Not a bad card for 100 HP. Doesn't really do anything supportive. It really just does a couple of attacks, so that's not bad. Flabebe? Flabebe? I don't even want to... Sorry. If I got that wrong, I don't even want to get it right. Meowth. Exhausted Tackle. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, but 30 damage to yourself if you hit tails. We just saw Magmar a second ago. Machop does Knuckle Punch for 10 damage. And of course, I'm adding this to my deck as soon as I get the chance. You can't have a deck at all without energy cards, so kind of the unsung hero of every deck. You need them. You need them. Grass type energy, I'll take it. Alright, come on, Machamp. What's it going to be? Oh, Parasect. So colorless or colorful spores. Choose 3 of your Pokemon. For each one of those Pokemon, search your deck for a different type of basic energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. X Scissor does 30 damage plus 30 more on a heads. And Shelter, Rain Splash for 20 damage. Frostless, Drag Along ability is if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, flip a coin. If heads, the attacking Pokemon is knocked out. I love that ability, but it's very much, it's a gamble. So while it's great to have that ability, it may or may not work out for you. So Snowy Drop is put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. That can come in handy. And it's cool because it doesn't have any like specific energy requirements. So this could be a good support. Depending on how you want to use it. Pokemon Fan Club. Of course, search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon. Put them into your hand. Mr. Mime. Bench Berry does prevent all damage done to your benched Pokemon by attacks. Juggling does 10 damage times the number of heads on 4 heads flips, or 4 coin flips. Gulpin does 30 damage and does nothing on a tails flip. Geodude's Flail does 10 times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon, up to 50 damage. Unless you have a fighting belt. I forget what it's called. The one that increases your HP by 40. Pikachu's Nuzzle paralyzes on a heads flip, and Quick Attack does 20 damage plus 10 more damage on a heads flip. Just saw Machop earlier, and there's that energy card. So we have one more pack to open here. This could be the money pack. I'm really hoping something cool comes out of this. Honestly, that first pack was Charizard, so I can't really be upset about that. Okay, here it is, folks. The moment of truth. Oh, it's Golem. So Golem EX, Megaton Flails, 180 damage, but you hurt yourself for 60 damage. We just saw Persian a few minutes ago. Jirachi, Wish is search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Not bad for a first attack. There's better cards though. Clement, search your deck for up to 4 electric energy cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Not bad. This card confuses me. Do you see what I did there? See what I did there? So, honestly though, I don't get this card. There are certain attacks that would be better if you're confused or have a special condition. I don't know why you'd want to confuse your Pokemon. Maybe you can kind of give me an idea in the comments below. Nothing's coming to mind, but I think there are situations where you want your Pokemon, your active Pokemon, to be with a special condition. Why this is the picture, I don't know. I think it's the person who actually did some of the music for Pokemon. But still, I don't know. It's fine. It's kind of like Tingle. It's just kind of an inside joke or something. Tingle's an inside joke that got a little out of hand, I think, but that's not bad. Raichu, Circle Circuit, does 20 damage times the number of your benched Pokemon. And Thunderbolt for 100, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Fairy Energy. Magikarp, we saw that one. Tangela's Absorb heals 20 damage from this Pokemon. Deals 20 damage. Doduo. Flip 2 coins and do 10 damage times the number of heads. And Doduo Delivery, draw 2 cards. So that is going to be it for me today, folks. I appreciate you watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.